If you're bored with the same old recipes, I'm here to help. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. I'm here each week testing new recipes here at our house, and then the ones that we deem winners, we pass on to you guys. Tonight for our first meal, we're just gonna have Big Macs. Just kidding. Kinda. I'm gonna be making a Big Mac salad. So we're going a little bit lighter and leaner tonight. So we're gonna get that Big Mac flavor, but without all of the calories. We're gonna get started by making the sauce first. So I've got some Duke's mayonnaise here. We need about a half a cup. We need some grated onion. I've already grated mine. Let's add that in. I'm doing a little less grated onion than it calls for. That's just personal preference. We need a couple of tablespoons of ketchup, a tablespoon of sweet pickle relish, brand new jar, can't open it. Gonna use my handy dandy little, telling you this thing is the best. Okay, tablespoon of that. A couple of teaspoons of yellow mustard. Did you see that? Yep. 1, 2. A teaspoon of white vinegar. And then we just need about a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. I've noticed lately that some people say paprika. I always say paprika. How do you say it? I wanna know. Tell me below in the comments. That is our sauce, our Big Mac sauce. And it's also gonna be the dressing for our salad. I'm gonna pop a lid on this and it's gonna go in the fridge while I prep everything for the salad. I'll taste it. Okay. I'm glad I tasted it. I'm gonna add a tad more ketchup. This is not the same spoon I just took a taste test with. I wanted a little more of that ketchup flavor in there. Yep. Perfection. That's good. Pop the lid on. Okay, so we're just going to brown the ground beef and then we will season it afterwards. This is a really lean ground beef. I won't have much fat to drain off of it, but you may want to cook yours, drain it, and then season it. I washed my romaine lettuce. You could use iceberg if you wanted to, but I'm going to tear it and put it in here and dry it. I left my mustard there. It's decoration. I got this salad spinner thingy at TJ Maxx years ago, and I love it. Okay, let me start adding this to my salad bowl. I want to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Our family has been getting ButcherBox in the mail for going on 3 years now. If you aren't aware, ButcherBox is basically a meat subscription service that comes right to your door. I don't know about y'all, but around here, a lot of times it is hard to find the cuts of meat that I want at the grocery store, and the quality is not the best. So that's where ButcherBox comes in. They offer 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. All of that comes frozen at its peak freshness directly to your door. Most people are concerned about the price. They want to know, how much is this going to cost? So it really just depends on what your family's needs are. So they have the curated box where they go in and choose the cuts of meat that you get. You can choose which of the curated box you receive, or you can do the custom box, which is what we do, where you go in and choose exactly everything that you want in your box. And each box offers either the classic size or the big box if you have a larger family. Their least expensive box option is going to give you up to 24 meals. That means you can have a home-cooked meal Monday through Friday with your family for an entire month and then some. So not only are you getting a lot of meat to feed your family, but you're saving time. You're not having to go to the grocery store, go on the hunt, no pun intended, for good quality meat, because the quality is unmatched. Their sourcing decisions are made holistically. They keep the farmer, planet, the animal, and your family in mind, always delivering products you can trust. And because I can trust ButcherBox to feed my family the highest quality meat, that really gives me peace of mind. And then once you become a ButcherBox member, you also have member benefits. They'll have special member deals sometimes, and then they'll have add-ons that you can tack onto your box as well. It really is up to you, and you can choose the frequency of your box if you need to go in and say, okay, we don't need it quite yet, maybe put it off a week or two. You can do that. You can also change the type of box you get every single time, and it always ships free. So be sure to check out my description box. I've got a link there. And y'all, right now, new customers are gonna get 1 pack of gluten-free chicken nuggets in every box for 12 months. So 1 year of chicken nuggets. I can get behind that. Thank you so much, ButcherBox, for continuing to support my channel and sponsoring this video. Let's get back to cooking. Okay, so this is finished cooking. I have turned off the heat. We're gonna add in some seasonings. You need about a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a dash of the Dub sauce. I do a lot of dashes. Let's just mix that together, and then we're just gonna put it over here on a plate so it'll start cooling off. We don't want it to go onto our salad hot. Okay, it's time to serve our salads. I was just gonna do it all here, but it's gonna make it a little bit harder to get all of the parts of the salad in each bowl. So we are just going to do everything in our individual bowls. It's just me and Steven here tonight. Cole loves a Big Mac and he loves salad, so he's missing out.
I like Big Macs too.
Well, I know you do, but I'm just saying Cole's missing out. Yeah. All right, Steven's gonna add in our ground beef on one side or in the middle, it doesn't really matter. You do it how you want to. He started in the middle and I said side, so it is what it is.
Look, I'm just following directions. I just eat.
Okay. You're just the eater.
That's right, I'm eating.
Now I'm gonna add some cheddar cheese. We have a Zaxby's near us. They serve chicken. I don't know if you know. I don't think it's all over the US, but their salads, this is how they prepare their salads. Whenever you get it, they're all in different sections and then you have to mix it all together. What else we got?
We got some onions.
Onion. Do it to it. Okay, we're gonna add some maters.
How about that?
That's good. Move it over. Add me some maters.
Got some pickles on there.
We got pickles.
Oh, mine on top.
Hey, go over there in the fridge and we've got the Big Mac sauce.
Oh, can't forget that.
I mean,
oh man, that smells good.
That's what makes the whole salad.
I'm gonna drizzle it with a spoon.
Well, that's just pretty.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
Gonna be pretty good.
Here, you want some cheese?
Golly.
There you go. Y'all, I gave it to her, I promise, or else she would still be screaming. Okay.
We made a little mess right there.
That's all right. Let's eat.
These are mine. I don't know where yours is at.
What you think?
I think this is going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be really good.
But we got to get all the pieces.
Right, you got to get a little bit of each thing on your fork.
And get a little bit of everything on here. Wow. That is a Big Mac in a bowl.
That is awesome.
You did good.
Thanks.
That's amazing.
I'm so excited.
Wow. Cheddar cheese. Presentation wise, I love it. But however, I think mixing it all in there together would be more functional.
Well, of course, yeah. For the picture,
I mean, I guess
to make it look pretty, you want to do it that way, but then kind of mixing it all together once it's on the plate.
If you're trying to impress, you know, maybe
sure.
do it that way, but functionally you
want to toss it.
Just put it in there.
All right, I'm going to take a bite. I'll be back. McDonald's is missing out. They need to put this on the menu. Tell me if you remember, it was back in the, was it back in the 90s and maybe early 2000s was when that was? The McSalad shakers. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? You used to get it and it would come in a cup basically and you would shake it with the dressing and coat everything in the dressing. They need to make a Big Mac salad. McDonald's, if you're watching, because I know McDonald's is watching, you know. You need to make a Big Mac salad. This is delicious. Tonight for our second meal, I'm going to be sharing two different recipes. One is Subbie Supper and it's the side, so it's a Subbie side. And then the other is a roast chicken. We're gonna do a whole chicken in the oven. I'm super excited about that. And tonight's Subbie side comes from Roxanne and it is her mom's wild rice recipe. I'm gonna be very honest and transparent. Wild rice is not my favorite, but this recipe sounds so good. I have a feeling I'm really gonna love it. Roxanne says she grew up cooking from scratch and she still has a lot of the great recipes that her mom made. This particular dish is what she always makes for Thanksgiving. She said her parents always made it. They were vegetarian, but even now when she makes turkey, she still makes this to go alongside of it, and she makes her homemade cranberry sauce too. The recipe calls for 1 red onion chopped. I'm just gonna do half a red onion because this one is really large, and I am gonna use my handy dandy chopper today. I'm using the larger attachment since it says chopped and not diced. It doesn't want to. Don't play. There we go. And then she said to use a bell pepper. Any color is fine. She said she used to use green, now she uses red. I like the idea of using red, so that's what we're gonna go with. We've got our red onion and our red bell pepper. Now we just need to dice slice 2 to 4 stalks of celery. And you also need about a half a pound to a pound of mushrooms sliced. I went ahead and took the help of the grocery store and bought them pre-washed and pre-sliced. We're gonna saute all of these veggies together, and then right before they're done, we will add in a little bit of minced garlic. So I am gonna throw just a little bit of olive oil in here. So this is probably gonna take a good, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. I'll just come over here and kind of toss them around every so often. I may have to throw a little more olive oil in there, we'll see. This has been going for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna add in our garlic. You can add as much or as little as you'd like. Let's let that cook for about a minute and fog up the camera. We need about 8 ounces of the wild rice, so that's about a cup. Need a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I opened it on both sides and then realized I needed to fill this up with water after. No big deal, I can just do a measuring cup, but if you open it on both sides, it's easier to push out. Okay, I'm gonna add in about a cup of water, a little shy of a cup, about 6 ounces. I have a 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes that I'll be adding, as well as the juice. So let's stir all of this really well. And then this has got to simmer for quite some time. That's why I wanted to get started on this first. Ma'am, I'm talking. Also, I made a mess. Are you shocked? She said once it's heated through, then you're gonna let it cook on low for 1 to 2 hours. She said you'll know it's done when the rice has broken up and fluffed up a bit, but you are not gonna come in and stir this at all. So I've stirred it now, we're good. It has come up to temperature. So let's turn it to low. And this is gonna hang out for 1 to 2 hours. Let's go get started on our roasted chicken. Would it be a video if I did not forget something? Nope. Okay. She said you need 2 tablespoons of onion powder. So I'm gonna be pretty generous with the onion powder. Now, it cooks on low for 1 to 2 hours. I am so excited for this chicken. The recipe calls for a 3.5 pound. I think this one on the label says 3.6. Yep, so we are good. So I've got some salt and pepper, some thyme. I've also got some fresh sprigs of thyme that are gonna be stuffed into the chicken, as well as this garlic that I sliced in half, and then the other half of the onion that we used a minute ago. But first, I need to get the chicken out of the packaging, obviously, and melt about 3 tablespoons of butter. Almost forgot. I need to preheat the oven to 400. We've got our chicken here. I'm gonna pat it dry. And now what I need to do is I've got my 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I've got multicolored pepper. We got this as a gift, and it was a Himalayan salt and this multicolored pepper. And I really like it. And then you can use fresh thyme, but I'm gonna just use this dried thyme here. I'm just gonna put in maybe a teaspoon or so. And we're just gonna brush this all over the chicken. And if you can, you wanna get it under the skin too. And I don't have any kitchen twine, so I'm not gonna be able to tie the legs together. Hopefully it'll be all right. We're gonna pour some in there. Pour some butter on me. Get in there. Should I get it on the other side too? I guess I should. Excuse me, sir. Bless its little heart. Every time I handle a whole chicken or a whole turkey, I am reminded of the episode of Everybody Loves Raymond when Deborah drops the turkey. So now we're supposed to stuff the cavity with our onion, garlic, and thyme. Let's put the onion in first. Let's put the garlic in. And our sprigs of thyme. Okay, it is ready to go in a baking dish. I did go ahead and spray this with some nonstick spray, even though this is covered in butter. I think it said to put the wings underneath, if at all possible. I guess so that they don't burn. There we go. Oh, oven's ready. Wash my hands. I've washed my hands like 7 times. This is going in the oven at 400 for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, just until the skin is good and crispy and the inside temperature reaches 165. So our chicken is done. I checked the temperature, it is perfect. I checked in the fattest part of the thigh, so we're good to go. Our rice is not quite done, so we're gonna let it hang out still and do its thing. I want this to rest a good 15 minutes at least before we cut into it anyway, so we should be good to go. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. I just reached in here and stirred this and forgot to show it to you. It's done. I did check it. Mine didn't necessarily fluff up, but I tasted it, and y'all, it's delicious. It has so much flavor to it, and I do believe the rice is done. So it's been cooking for about an hour and 40 minutes, so it is done. Let's eat.
Oh, look at all those juices. Look at that.
Oh yeah. I did take some of the pan juices and just kind of spooned it over top. You got this, commentator. I believe in you.
We don't do this often. Good gracious alive.
Tender, juicy,
Good.
flavorful.
All right, now try our Subbie side. No,
It looks like there's
really
some
doesn't.
rice or something other.
Careful, it's hot.
Ooh. Now let me ask you this: is there okra in there?
No.
What is that? Celery?
There's celery, yeah.
Ah, celery, tomato.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow,
Bell
some
pepper,
onion.
Mushrooms. What do
Okay.
you think?
I like it. Very flavorful and packed full of veggies. It's got an interesting consistency to it.
Well, it's wild rice. It's
Oh,
not regular rice.
okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of wild rice usually, but this one sounded so good, so I decided to give it a try. But this could stand alone if you are vegetarian, if you would prefer not to have a meat. We love the flavors of this. Chicken. Is that good? Yeah. You want more chicken? You need more? You're a sweet girl. Okay, I'm gonna give you more. Okay. Don't forget to go check out ButcherBox. If you use the link in the description box below, new customers are gonna get 1 pack of gluten-free nuggets for free in every box for 12 months. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.